y'all. I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, bro. Before we get going on our video, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Share the video. Turn on your notifications and go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. If you got a breakdown or a prediction you want me to do, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. And don't forget that I'm live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And you can also catch me live every Sunday morning with the singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Let's go ahead and get it popping. Let's get into today's video. And today, we got to talk about Terence "Bud" Crawford and his trainer, Brian McIntyre, a.k.a. Bo Mac. Before I do, though, join the channel for access to exclusive content. And also, just join the channel because, man, you want to help the channel grow. And the more members that we have, the more time I get to spend doing this for y'all and making content. But we got to help the channel grow monetarily. Now let's get to it, bro. Look, very simple topic, man. Very simple conversation I want to have to y'all. If Terence Crawford's closest team members, his trainer in this case, now 2 fights in a row, his trainer Bo Mac, if Bo Mac does not respect the level of competition that Terence "Bud" Crawford is facing, why should I, why should you, why should any fight fan respect the level of competition that Terence "Bud" Crawford is facing? And that's the thing, bro. Like, a lot of these Bud Crawford fans come through the channel and they try to act like shit like, hey, Avanesian is a better fight than Keith Thurman. If Errol Spence was to fight Keith Thurman, Avanesian is a better fight. Or now it's, hey, if Terence "Bud" Crawford fights Alexis Rocha is a better opponent than Keith Thurman. And I just be listening to him, and I'm like, that's cool that you trying to cap for your favorite fighter, but the person that get him ready for the fights, the person that's in his ear during training camp, the person that is in his ear in the corner during the fight, who has much more of an influence on how he trains, how he prepares, how he fights than you do or I do or anyone else do. Brian McIntyre, Bo Mac, about Terence "Bud" Crawford's fight against Avanesian, he said, I ain't even know who he was when they told me he was fighting him. I had to go look him up. So you letting us know that he's a no-name fighter to you too when you was fighting David Avanesian. So we talked about that. We brought it up like, yo, if he don't know David Avanesian, if he ain't got no respect for David Avanesian, why should I have any respect for David Avanesian? So I'm going to say that he trash too. Shit, if your own trainer don't know him, then he got to be a no-name. He got to be trash. Now, us diehards know him, and even knowing him, you know he ain't got shit for Bud Crawford. And that's where we at with Alexis Rocha. If you criticizing Alexis Rocha, if this fight get made, if you criticizing this as an opponent for Bud Crawford instead of getting the Errol Spence fight, instead of going and seeing what that's like, if you do all that, then some will call you a hater. Some will just say you hating on Terence "Bud" Crawford. But I'm like, yo, your own mans don't even think that this is a good fight. This man, Bo Mac, said that Terence "Bud" Crawford versus Alexis Rocha is like Terence "Bud" Crawford. That's a sparring match. He said those guys come in shape. He gonna be in shape. We gotta be ready. But that's a sparring match. What y'all want me to do with that shit? And then yet you'll still have some people try to big up this fight and act like this fight is something that's good. Try to big up this fight and act like this is a fight that we should be interested in while shitting on Errol Spence potentially fighting a former unified champion who only ever lost to Manny Pacquiao. You see what I'm saying, bro? Do you understand the issue that I be having with some of these fight fans, some of these Terence "Bud" Crawford fans? This is why, bro. This is the issue. Because the level of cappedness, the level of delusion, the level of let me do any and everything I can to take up for my favorite fight. I can give you the facts. And I can tell you, look, when Bud Crawford fighting David Avanesian, he's fighting someone who already got knocked out by someone that he knocked out. When he's fighting David Avenesian, he's fighting someone who has never been a world champion. And he's fighting David Avenesian instead of Earl Spence because he had an opportunity to fight Earl Spence. So I'm going to criticize him for it. These are all facts. Then I could tell you I'm not tripping on Earl Spence versus Keith Thurman because the only reason Earl would even have to entertain Keith Thurman is because Bud Crawford walked away from the table. I can tell you that Keith Thurman is a former champion and Avenesian is not. Hell, I can tell you Keith Thurman is a former unified champion and and David Avenesian is not. I can tell you that the best wins on Terence Bud Crawford and Earl Spence's resume are also the best wins on Keith Thurman's resume, except for Keith Thurman beat them before both Earl and Terence did, bro. Talking about Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. I can tell you that Keith Thurman only ever lost to the great legend Manny Pacquiao. I can tell you all these facts, and yet people will still try to act like Avenesian is a better opponent than Keith Thurman. Then we can discuss your boy Alexis Rocha. I can tell you he lost to Speedy Rashidi Ellis, who just damn near got knocked out by Roman Villa, and who has never been a champion. I can tell you that about Alexis Rocha. I can tell you that Alexis Rocha has never even challenged for a title. Meanwhile, again, Keith Thurman, unified champion. Meanwhile, again, Keith Thurman, only one loss to somebody who's much better than the person that Alexis Rocha lost to. Now, I'm not even trying to, and I can tell you that Bud Crawford himself, Bo Mack himself, hold Keith Thurman in a higher regard than they hold Alexis Rocha. They ain't never called Keith Thurman a sparring partner. Matter of fact, they wanted to fight Keith Thurman. They said that Keith Thurman was the guy at the welterweight division. They always give guys like Keith Thurman his respect. They gave Yordenis Ugas his respect. The only time that these guys who are high-level fighters, the best in the welterweight division, the only time that they don't get the respect that they deserve as good fighters is when it seems like Earl Spence might be about to fight one of them. That's the only time, bro. Hell, I'm telling you that I don't believe Alexis Rocha is nowhere near the name, nowhere near the pedigree, nowhere near the accomplishments, the experience, the skills. He ain't nowhere near Keith Thurman, bro. If these are the fights that happen, if we get Earl versus Keith and Bud versus Alexis Rocha. Hell, the trainer of the fighter that's fighting Alexis Rocha potentially and Bo Mack don't even have respect for Alexis Rocha. He called the man a sparring match and basically said that their best qualities for guys like Alexis Rocha is that they come in shape. That's the bare minimum for a fighter. The bare minimum for a professional fighter is that you come in the fight in shape, that you can go the distance. When they sanction the fight, that's one of the first things they look at. Hey, you can go 4-5, you can go 4 rounds, 6 rounds, 8 rounds, 10 rounds, 12 rounds. You got to be in shape for it. If you ain't in shape for it, we ain't sanctioning the fight. That's one of the first things they look at is how in shape is the fighter. Do we think the fighter is going to be able to make it the length of the fight? And that is the same respect. That is the same positive quotes that you can hear Bo Mack saying about Alexis Rocha. That he going to come in shape. He ain't say nothing about his seek and destroy style, nothing about his counter-punching ability, nothing about his experience, nothing good other than those guys come in shape. And called the man a sparring partner. But yet some of y'all is running across the YouTube airwaves, running across the Twitter feeds, defending Terence Bud Crawford potentially fighting Alexis Rocha. Make that shit make sense. I bet you can't. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment down below, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications, go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. For breakdowns and predictions, hit my email up, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email. Appreciate y'all watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here. Peace out, y'all.